On this week's Keeping It Real, Cam is bored, so he's thinking about paddling across the Pacific or planting a few ferns.
I'm bored, and that's a problem. Something's been nagging at me for a few weeks, and I now know what it is. I'm bored. There's little adventure in my world right now, very little discovery, and when boredom sets in, I get panicky and a bit rash, and too often, I overcompensate. This morning, I spent way too much time on the Molokai to Oahu webpage. It's a 32-mile stand-up paddleboard race from the Hawaiian island of Molokai to the island of Oahu, and it takes most paddleboard participants about 7 hours to complete. The participants in the videos were all much younger than me and loaded with muscles. I saw no participants that were middle-aged plus men with beer bellies. Some participants spoke of the unbelievable color of the water in the center of the Kaiwi Channel, which is crossed between Molokai and Oahu. And I'm guessing that's because the water in the channel is 2,300 feet deep. And I think I want to do it. It's a sure way to cure my boredom. The problem is I don't own a stand-up paddleboard, and the few times I've tried one, I spent more time climbing back on than I did stand-up paddling. I also have thalassophobia, which is a deep fear of deep bodies of water. Whenever I'm in the ocean and I can't see the bottom, I envision a giant, toothy creature surging from the depths with its mouth open, headed my way. Man loses his edge when swimming in the ocean. It becomes an equal playing field between man and beast. However, training to paddle from one Hawaiian island to another would certainly resolve my boredom, however crazy that sounds. A more realistic and frankly sad alternative to my boredom is yard work. I hate it that I even mention that. What else says overweight, middle-aged, thinning, brown-haired white guy than deciding working in the yard is a cure for boredom? My wife, my son, and I planted 40 autumn ferns a few weekends ago in areas where no grass has grown for the past 15 years. I didn't much like planting them. My mood is generally sour when working in the yard, but I've slowly walked by and admired our planted ferns a dozen or more times since then. I don't like doing yard work. I like having done yard work. Another 40 ferns would solve my boredom problem, but that's just so dang sad. So I'm bored, and the ideas I've come up with for solving my boredom problem are either fanciful or pitiful. And when I told my wife I had figured out the cause of my melancholy and that it was boredom, she gave me an uneasy look. I've been here before, and I usually do something stupid in times like this. And she's right, and I'm sure I will. Will it be paddleboard across the ocean or plant gobs of ferns? Good Lord, what's wrong with me? I'm Cam Marston, just trying to keep it real.
To hear more commentaries, search for Keeping It Real with Cam Marston on your favorite podcast app or follow Cam Marston on social media.